please direct your attention to the Jumbotron screen and to the exit signs around the convocation arena. Please note the locations of exits nearest you. If the fire alarm should sound, immediately proceed to the nearest safe exit and leave the building.
Good evening. My name is Kaylee Knapp, and I'm a proud member of the class of 2024. Let us begin this program by acknowledging with respect the Onondaga Nation, the people of the hills or central firekeepers of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the indigenous peoples on whose ancestral lands SUNY Oswego now stands. Tonight, we celebrate the special occasion of our 34th annual Welcoming Torchlight ceremony, presented by the Division of University Advancement. During this ceremony, we officially welcome all of our new first-year, transfer, and graduate students to our university community. This ceremony precedes our longest university tradition, the Commencement Eve Torchlight ceremony, which has been sponsored by the Oswego Alumni Association on the night before commencement since 1937. Many of you will not be together again as a group until that ceremony on the eve of your graduation. Take it from me, that time goes by fast. The 34th annual Welcoming Torchlight ceremony is about to begin. It is now my privilege to introduce Kay Jimenez, a member of the class of 2025.
Hey guys. Okay, so let me just start off by saying, like, this class is lit. Like, y'all was outside acting bad, like, period. So before I begin, I just think it's out of respect that I pay the people homage who have helped me be the student leader that I am today. So here we go. I want to thank my mother, mommy. I know you're watching from home, and I love you so, so much. I'm not going to cry, but just know I love you. My sisters and my brother, I want to thank God. I want to thank Joey Teese and the EOP department. I will not be I will not be at Oswego today if it wasn't for the EOP department. I want to thank Dr. Christina Vasquez and the C-STEP program. I love you, Dr. Vasquez. He's not here right now, but he annoys me so bad. Dr. Kenneth Marshall, my father on campus. I want to thank Jackie Wallace. Thank you, Jackie, for believing in me. Dr. Kathleen G. Kerr, I can't wait to work with you this semester. I want to thank the Trianda Flow Institute for always involving me in all your projects and initiatives. Shout out to all my friends that are here. Y'all already know who y'all are. And former student leaders who have paved the way for me, and Sikok Ikong, Maria Maynon, Yadi Aranda Burgos, Gabrielle Golfo, my good friend Melinda Brancato, and my big sister, Zaya Myers. Let's begin. Good evening, everyone. As I was preparing my remarks for tonight, I remember my own welcoming Torchlight ceremony back in 2021. Damn, I feel old. Kamal Morales, who was a senior at the time, delivered the keynote address. He made us repeat his mantra: don't give up, don't give in, because there's more for me to do. His words moved me, and they lit fire in me. Shout out to you, King. If you are watching this, you are a superstar, and I know you will do great things. Maybe Kamal's message touched me because I'm from the Bronx. Shout out to everybody from New York City. My hometown has taught me how to defend myself, how to stick up for what's right, and to feel humility and empathy. Like Kamal said, we don't give up, we don't give in, like Kamal said, we don't give up, we don't give in, and I knew there was more for me to do. That's why I left my city of 8 million people to arrive here in the small city of Oswego with 17,000 people. Even though they say it's a city, I think it's a small town. As a Black trans woman, I was a little uneasy at how I would be received at this predominantly white institution. But if it doesn't challenge you, it does not change you. And I'm here today to grow and to develop in college. If I can go back to speak to myself freshman year, I'd say, no, your first group of friends won't be your last. In fact, your first friend group might just teach you some valuable lessons, good and bad. I would also say, I'm proud of you for getting involved early and taking on every single advantage and every opportunity. I joined everything I was interested in: Bold Black Beauties, the Black Student Union, the Caribbean Student Association, Spice Dance Team, 2½, an organization I hold close to my heart, the Women's Center, and tons more. If I said everything, we would be here all day, and that's words to my mother, like literally. As new students, please get yourself involved. That's the biggest thing I want to emphasize: learning beyond the classroom, as Dr. Kerr would say. Networking, creating transformative relationships, establishing long-term bonds, and creating equity and inclusion amongst everyone. If you remember these two names in one location, you will thrive as a student leader looking for ways to get involved. Mike Pastella, I love you, Mike, and Kathleen Kerr, and MCC 131. Please walk into MCC 131. That's the best thing you can do ever. MCC 131 nearly changed my life. Not sure what club is best for you? Go on Laker Life, a platform used here for student engagement, leadership, and involvement. We can't stop at every table at the involvement fair. There's so many clubs. But we can go on Laker Life and see what every organization, their mission, and what they have to offer. As Dr. Kenneth Marshall would say, don't come to college just to walk away with a degree. You have missed your purpose if that's your mentality. If you leave college with the same mindset you had walking in, that's a red flag. As I stated previously, if it does not challenge you, it does not change you. I'm now a junior here at Oswego, and I can say I've been challenged a lot, a whole lot. These challenges have shaped me to be more academically driven, strong-minded. It has made me be brave enough to walk into professors' office hours, inquire about academic assistance, and enter the Office of Learning Services and Tutoring. As college students, we have to go to tutoring. And familiarizing myself with resources here to help me blossom academically and personally. No, you may not be the smartest, nor perform at the same capacity as your peers and those around you. If you focus on yourself and your own journey, I promise you, you will be satisfied and filled with success. I'm super proud of every single new scholar in this room. Shout out to the class of 2027. By just being here, you are showcasing your resiliency and determination to pursue higher education. College is not easy. You are going to struggle. There might be times you want to leave and give up and quit. But if it doesn't challenge you, it does not change you. Be the change your younger self would be proud of. Look in the mirror every day and remind yourself, yes, I'm her. Yes, I'm him. Yes, I'm that girl. I am capable. I am enough. I will be successful at anything I set my mind to. Taking all the opportunities my freshman year and building from them has led me here today. The same will be true for all of you. Keep in mind, times will get hard being in college, but you have resources all over campus to help you, including me. Feel free to stop me and say what's up. I'm not gonna bite, I'm not gonna scratch, say hi. I'm here to guide you guys with anything. Remember, during any times of hardships, you will get through it. You will get over it. There are always better days to look forward to. When you walk into any room, own it. Know that you are going to shine. Know that you are going to be one of those people that win, period. Nobody can take your shine. Nobody can stop your success. All of you here tonight have so much to offer and give. So repeat after me. If it doesn't challenge you, it does not change you. Say that one more time because we need to do better. Welcome to SUNY Oswego, baddies.
Thank you, Kay. It is now my privilege to introduce the 11th president of the State University of New York at Oswego at his first welcoming Torchlight ceremony since joining our campus just last week, Dr. Peter O. Wozu.
Let's give a warm thank you to Kaylee. Let's give a round of applause for doing an excellent job of emceeing tonight's event. And let's give another warm round of applause to Kay for the excellent remarks she's made tonight. Good evening, the newest members of the SUNY Oswego family. Good evening. I didn't hear you. Good evening. Yes, 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 yes. Permit me to say how incredibly honored I am tonight to be joining you for this historic event, this tradition of our university, the welcoming Torchlight ceremony. All of you here tonight, all of you will hold a special place, indeed a special place in my heart, as we are all new to this university community, and as you heard, this is my second week. You are not alone. And as you may or may not know, I began my tenure as your university, as the 11th president of our university. And so we are beginning our journeys on this beautiful and welcoming campus together. On this beautiful and welcoming campus together. Can I get a warm round of applause? Yes. It is a lovely campus, and you've all seen the warm, welcoming reception from our staff, from our faculty thus far. And as you may or may not know, I came to this country as an immigrant student seeking a better life through the power of higher education. And as I walked around today with the Vice President for Student Affairs, I met some parents and I met some family members and some students who also came as I did years ago. But I also met some parents who came just 5 hours away from New York City, where I just left. And they were so emotional that they were leaving their kids behind. And I said to them, they are in good hands. And then one of them said, that's 5 hours away. I said, I came from Nigeria. I wanted to put it in perspective for her, that if I did come that far and your son came just 5 hours away, he's in good hands. He will do well. And to all of you, if you ever stop by my office in Culkin Hall, I'll show you the pair of shoes. I've spoken about these pair of shoes that I wore, this pair of shoes that I wore when I went on my feet when I came to this country so many years ago. And I keep these shoes in my office, and I've asked my assistant, Mary Ann, to put them on a glass pedestal, as I did at my last institution. Those shoes are a permanent reminder of how far those feet have carried me. Those shoes are a permanent reminder of the values I hold dearly, about a compass that drives me and the passion I have for higher education. That if I, as the son of nobody, and I was the first in my family to go to college, and if I can find my way through in another country, in another society, and get to become president of your institution, you too can be president of this institution. You too can be a professor. You too can be an engineer, a doctor, a surgeon. You too can change lives. It was really the power of education that transforms lives and ignites new possibilities. And as you heard from Kay, that change begins with you. And they begin with the work you put in as the newest members of our university community. And doing the work that our faculty engages you to do. And I can assure you, when you do that work, they will support you, as they supported me years and decades ago. Staff here will support you, as those staff supported me at those institutions I went to. And they guided me. I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do or be, but they guided me. They gave me a path. And that journey begins here. The ancient philosopher Lao Tzu said, the Chinese philosopher, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so tonight, as the newest members of our university family, I invite you to join me on this journey of learning at SUNY Oswego. And you made the right choice by coming to this institution, as I have said the last few days. The choice of this institution was a choice that began 162 years ago. It was a dream of our founder, Austin Sheldon. Built that small house on Shady Grove that he turned into an institution of learning to prepare teachers. It was a normal school, as it was called then. But thus he began what I have referred to as the Oswego Promise. And we all, our faculty and our staff, and every one of us, including you that are the newest members of our family, we all are the keepers of that promise. The promise to allow education to be infused in us in a way that changes lives. You young people that have joined us today, you are the beacon of hope for our country, and you are so vital to the sustenance and the maintenance of a democratic society. And I ask you to pay attention to your learning. The welcoming Torchlight ceremony that you are celebrating tonight is one that is also part of our university's tradition that began 34 years ago tonight. It is a ceremony that passes on to you the flame from a touch of learning. And this ceremony serves as the official beginning of your academic career at this storied institution. You made the right choice, and I want you to all recognize the importance of traditions and rituals and rites of passage. They're an essential feature of our institution. They connect us to those who came before us, and they create a shared experience around an important tradition, an important event, in this case, the start of your university degree and your entrance into the Oswego family. But I want you to remain here and complete that journey. I want you to remain here and complete the education you have begun with us. It will transform your lives, but more importantly, it will even ignite new possibilities. And by the way, when I was going to college, I wasn't thinking of being a university president. That happened later. But if I didn't have the education, that wouldn't even be a contemplation. You have begun the right journey here tonight. Now, students of this great institution, you follow in the footsteps of our more than 93,000 fiercely loyal alumni. And I mean loyal alumni, drawn from all corners of the great state of New York, from all 50 United States, US states, and from more than 60 countries. Alumni who have made and continue to make significant contributions to addressing the challenges of our time. Our alumni work with the Peace Corps and other not-for-profit entities to improve education in our communities, to improve health and the lives of people everywhere. They are New York Times best-selling authors, They are policy makers and environmentalists. They are educators and engineers and doctors and lawyers and zoologists and artists. And yes, they are artists. They are everywhere. They hold executive level positions at several organizations, such organizations as Google, Apple, HGTV, Salesforce, ESPN, JP Morgan Chase, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Wegmans, Disney, Bristol Myers, Squibb, the US government, the county government here, NBC, of course, which employs one of our most famous alumni, Al Roker, class of 1976. Let's give him a shout out. And by the way, when he learned that I was coming down to Oswego as your president, he invited me to visit with him in New York. And Mary Canali, our vice president for advancement, will be heading there, and we're meeting with him on September 5th. It's an exciting moment. He loves this institution deeply. And the global chairperson as well for PricewaterhouseCoopers is also an alum of our institution. He too has asked me to meet with him. I will be going there as well on the 5th of September. You are also joined here tonight by our faculty and staff, excellent faculty and staff who will share in our journey of learning. They've been committed to that promise. For we are truly a community of learners. Talk through your aspirations, I encourage you. Your obstacles, I advise you. And your achievements, talk through these with them. They will listen. They will foster your desire to learn and help you advance and accomplish your goals, just like those faculty members and staff did for me. We believe that you or our students, are so vital, as I've said this, and I mean this deeply, at a time when there are fascist movements around the world. You are so vital, young people, everywhere, not just in this community or this institution, around the world, are so vital to the maintenance and sustenance of a democratic order. And so pay attention to what you learn in our classrooms so you can keep our nation the way it ought to be. And I believe strongly that we all have a moral responsibility. And I speak to my colleagues, faculty, and staff here to ensure that when students come to us, that they complete their education and proceed to live meaningful lives, addressing the challenges of our time and helping to address the challenges in our own region, whatever those challenges are or may be. And to our newer students and to our returning students, let your academic journey lead you to places you never could have imagined. Perhaps you will conduct hands-on research alongside your professor. Perhaps you will discover a new subject area, possible career path to pursue. Perhaps you take on a leadership role within a student government organization on campus. Study abroad, learn a new language, and experience a different culture. Develop lifelong friendships with classmates. You are here to develop your mind and to discover the path that will lead you to make a positive impact on our world. Through your education at this storied institution, you will forge a path forward and explore your abilities, interests, and passions. I encourage you to embrace change, be innovative, and try something new, and you heard that from Kay. Make the most of the many opportunities afforded to you by your time at SUNY Oswego. I also challenge you to pursue excellence in everything you do in the classrooms. I want to pause here for a moment. It was a paper I did for a class. And I recall submitting that paper. My professor read the paper, and then he made some adjustments, he said, revise it. I think it's a great paper. You should submit it to a conference. And I did. That paper was selected for presentation at that conference, but it was also selected as the best student research paper for that year. And that was how I became a faculty member. You never know what happens in that paper you are doing in the classroom. And I challenge you to do excellent work, not sloppy work. Do the paper as if you were turning that as a chapter for a book, and you will change your whole life. In the classroom, and of course, and also in your extracurricular activities, and in the interactions with others, build relationships and friendships. And I have the utmost confidence that you will excel in your endeavors and make Oswego proud, just as the 93,000 plus alumni who have walked these grounds before you have done. Like this light flame of learning, which we'll share here tonight in a moment, your futures are exceedingly bright. When we once again gather for the Torchlight ceremony, on the eve of your graduation, you will take your place among the ranks of our accomplished alumni. Until then, on behalf of all of our students and all of our faculty and staff and administration, I extend to you a warm welcome as the newest members of the Oswego family. Let our journey begin tonight. Welcome.
And now, Austin Davis, class of 2025 and president of the Student Association, will light the torch of learning along with President Wozu. We ask that everyone remain seated until we invite you to stand. Members of the faculty and staff seated in the inner circle, please rise and remain standing. As we call your residence hall, will all new first-year, transfer, and graduate students living in each hall please rise and remain standing. Cayuga Hall. Bunnell Hall. Hart Hall. Johnson Hall. Oneida Hall. Onondaga Hall. Riggs Hall. Scales Hall. Seneca Hall. The Village Townhouses. Waterbury Hall. Online and commuter first year and transfer graduate students please rise and remain standing? Will all resident assistants, mentors, and directors please rise and remain standing? Will all other community members and friends in attendance please rise and remain standing? Okay. Would everyone return to their seats but remain standing? May I have everyone's attention, please? I will now share the message of the torch based on the one written in 1936 by alumna and former English professor Dr. Lyda S. Penfield, class of 1919, the commencement for the commencement torchlight ceremony. This torch is the symbol of the illumination of learning. Lit for us at the fair shrine of truth, we, the students of SUNY Oswego, dedicate its bright burning to our hopes for the future. As we hold it in hand, we think of the light transferred from our school through us into others. May its glory never be dimmed. Now, please remain standing as Mackenzie Shields, a member of the class of 2024, leads us in singing the alma mater. The words will be displayed on the jumbo screen behind me. May I have everyone's attention once more, please? This torchlight ceremony symbolizes your new beginnings as students at SUNY Oswego. We look forward to the time when we join you again at the Commencement Eve Torchlight Ceremony, the night before you mark your new beginnings as alumni. At this time, please extinguish your flames. Thank you to our pianist, Amanda Lee, and tonight's vocalist, Mackenzie Shields, class of 2024, a member of the State Singers, one of the many performance groups with which you can get involved at SUNY Oswego. Special thanks also to Herald Trumpet Director Trevor Jorgensen and Lighting Director Gregory Brewster, class of 2005, and Cole Sostak. We ask you to remain in your seats. We will continue with the evening's activities. Justin Dickerson, the Director of Student Orientation and Family Engagement, will dismiss you. Please listen carefully as he shares the details of the next event. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to our Oswego family.
They ain't that. They ain't